Okay, hello, grade 9, and welcome to this cloudy, rainy, awful looking day. Uh, as you go through these questions, make sure you do take a note of the answers to them because it's important that you learn how to show your work properly and show what's important in terms of showing your work. Question number 1 gives us negative 1 and 4 thirds plus 7 and 1/6 is greater than 3. Let's just change these over to improper. So negative 13 thirds plus 43 sixths is negative 26 sixths plus 43 sixths, which if I keep the denominator and add the numerators, is going to be, brain's not working, 18, 17, 17 sixths. 17 sixths as an improper fraction is 2 and 5/6. Is 2 and 5/6 greater than 3? No, it's not, so your answer is false. Question 2, decimals. 1.1 take away 4.12, so we have more of the negative than we do the positives, and we're going to figure out how much more negative do we have. So if I'm going to subtract, I'm really going to subtract these two. 3, negative 3.02 is less than negative 3. Well, that's a true statement, because the farther away from 0 you are, the smaller you are, so it's a smaller number. Question 3, well, I guess we could use a calculator because I didn't say technically you couldn't, so a square root of, of 9 tenths is, I did that wrong. Something's going on with my calculator. Let's try that again. The square root is 0.9. 0.94-ish. And that does not equal 0.3, so therefore it's false. Remember, 9 tenths is not the same thing as if it was 0.09. This is 9 hundredths, and that is equal to 3 tenths, but not this. Question 4, if we make our table of values, actually we could just say, if we take x, which is this number here, and add 2.5, so 1.5 plus 2.25 gives us a y value of 3.75. So this one is true, this dot right there. But if we look at the next one, x is 3, and 3 plus 2.25 is 5.25. And the y value over here is 7.5. So since it's not equal, it's false. So some of the points work, but not all of the points. Question 4, when graphed, so let's take this equation and see if we can solve it. I'm going to multiply both sides by -2 first. X minus 5 is greater than or equal to -8. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. X is greater than or equal to -3. But the only problem is, oopsie daisy, I forgot, when you multiply or divide both sides by a negative value, you have to flip your sign, right? So because I had to flip my sign, this is all values less than or equal to -3. And this is all values less than -3, but because it's an open boundary, it's false. If it was closed, it would be true. Question 6. Here I'm going to subtract an x from both sides. When you subtract an x, you just add the -4 left. Equals 2x plus 2. Subtract 2, you get 2x equals -6. And finally, x equals -3. So is it going to be negative? Yes, it is, so it's true. And finally, your last question. I'm going to subtract, you know what, I'm going to do it completely different this time. I'm going to multiply both sides by 20. Multiply this side by 20, and multiply this side by 20. And again, if we keep that algebraic idea of multiplying this side by 20, and this side by 20, it will maintain equality. Because I'm multiplying the side by 20, each of these two terms in the binomial must be multiplied by 20. So 20 over 1 multiplied by x plus 3 over 2 is going to be 10x plus 30. 20 over 1 multiplied by a quarter is going to be a positive 5. And this is going to be equal to 16. So by multiplying both sides by 20, we get this. I'm going to clean it up a bit here. Nah, I won't. So 10x, plus 35 is going to equal 16. Subtract 35 from both sides. 10x is going to equal negative 19. Divide by 10. And x equals negative 1.9. All right. Hopefully you did well on those. Next week we do have a special last week of ReACHBACK. So tune in Monday. Thank you all very much for doing this. As always, stay safe, maintain good social distancing, and don't let your boomer parents on this cloudy, rainy day drive you crazy as you're inside.